name's Dwayne Brothwell. I live in the back of the BB Mart. I became homeless a couple of years ago, and I started realizing that our country's in big trouble. You know, when you become homeless, the city throws you in jail for it, for living in the street. There's no place to go. So we're living in some pretty desperate times right now, and our forefathers warned us about these times. Thomas Jefferson said, "The central bank is an institution of the most deadly hostility existing against the forms and principles of our Constitution," and that's the Federal Reserve Bank, which issues our money. He said, "If the American people ever allow a private bank to issue our currency, our children will wake up homeless on the continent that our fathers conquered." So we're living in some pretty desperate times right now. I know one thing, that the dollar is going to crash here pretty soon. And I figure that I got to do something about it. I have to educate the people. Thomas Jefferson said, "Educate and inform the mass of people, for they are our only hope for the preservation of our liberty." The dollar is going to die here pretty soon. I wrote a book, it's called Mystery Babylon, Finally Revealed. It's about the banks and corporations. I predicted the Occupy Wall Street. You guys heard of that? Occupy Wall Street movement? I predicted that. The banks and corporations are going to go down, the dollar is going to die, and I would like to encourage my community where I live, Garden City, to consider thinking of some way we can preserve our economy and our well-being when these times come. They're coming, they're gonna come, they're inevitable, they're getting pretty bad right now, but I really feel that we gotta do something. If I know there's community, I don't know much about the city, I don't know much, I'm trying to learn. I'd like to become friends with my city, I'd like to become part, I'd like to be part of a change. And I don't know much about, money systems, but I know there's other communities that are using a different kind of a money system. I know it all has to be part of the Federal Reserve note, but I would like to encourage, my community to be prepared for when the dollar dies, because if we don't, we will suffer. And even right now, this country is suffering big time, and the banks are not letting up. They're going to continue what they're doing, and the only way money comes into our economy is if the banks lend it out. And they lend it out with interest, which was never created and can never be paid back. If every dollar in our pockets was paid back to the bank where it originated, there would not be enough dollars to pay off the debt. And this problem has to be addressed, or we will suffer the consequences. So is there I don't know if I can ask for a reply, or if I'll get one.
I'd like to ask you something.
Okay.
Do you have a trade?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I used to do lawn service.
Is that the only trade that you know, or?
Well, I did a lawn service for like 10 years.
Okay. Have you been out looking for a job, or?
Well, not really.
Okay.
I'm working right now.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm barely making it right now.
Thank you.
So I don't know how this works. Should I, expect a reply, or?
Well, it's definitely a concern of everybody, and we'll take what you said under advisement. It's not something we can discuss tonight at length because we've already got an agenda established, but yes, we appreciate you standing up and speaking your mind.
Okay. Where could I ask to continue this conversation with the city? Do I come in like at a different date and discuss my concerns? We could get the ball rolling on trying to come up with a solution, or what could, because I don't want, on my part, I don't want this conversation to end until I get, an understanding between you and what I understand as far as a solution.
Well, you've told us your concerns, and then we
actually make videos, and I'm actually gonna put this on, YouTube as well. You know, trying to educate our country and get them out there into our government. And also I do videos with Mark Udall and continue conversation with them.
I can say, in all honesty, Garden City itself is pretty solid. We're in the black, we have been for a long time. We do care for our people, and we're doing good.
I know you guys rely on the dollar, which, you know, if it dies, then what are we gonna have for backup, you know? That's one of my concerns.
And I think you're addressing some important issues, and it's commendable that you stand up and speak about those issues, but understand our power on issues of that size is pretty limited.
Right.
And, you know, if you come up with ideas within the community, you know, very limited, but as being a part of, stepping up and being a part of the community, I think is an important step, you know, for everybody, and we need more of that. But as far as, unless it addresses kind of a municipal need or a need for our residents, such as yourself or our businesses, our power is very limited.
Okay. I don't understand your powers. How do I get to know, you know, what your limit is?
I think you-
What you're limited to?
You can, I mean, it's all spelled out in state statutes, what we can do, but definitely very within the scope of our 250 residents, and, you know, pretty limited, I think, based on some of the issues you've addressed us tonight with. We've made a nice new park, we do the roads in town, kind of stick to issues such as that, and don't have very much influence in industries like banking or anything of that nature.
All right. Well, I'll try to investigate more and see how else I could, you know, kind of get us in this direction of preparing for this situation that I see ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.